Today we're going to be talking about a smartphone made specifically for the VIP. Hey guys, it's Sam with The Blind Life. So today we're talking about this guy right here. This is the SmartVision 2. It's a really cool Android smartphone that is specifically made for the visually impaired. Now before we take a look at it, I want to give a big thank you to my friends at Irie AT. They are the ones that sell this phone and they sent it to me to make this video today. So huge thank you to them for that. I also want to remind you that if you want to pick up this phone or any of their products, definitely check out their Black Friday sale. It lasts from Friday the 23rd all the way through Cyber Monday, which is the 26th of November. During that time, they're gonna have 10% off their entire stock, or even better, up to $700 off select products. So if you've been wanting to get something, this is an awesome time to check out the website and see what they have. You could probably grab something at a really good deal. Once again, Black Friday sale, Irie AT. I'll have a link in the description down below. Now, that being said, let's take a look at the SmartVision 2. So this is a really attractive smartphone. I really like the white and black color scheme. One really nice thing about this is you'll notice it has a full number pad on here, actual physical button number pad. That is great, especially for someone that's brand new to smartphones and isn't 100% confident with a touch screen. They're gonna have that button layout down there, and it's very tactile. The buttons are raised. It's very easy to dial the numbers just by feel. Now you do have a large touch screen as well, so if you want to get hands-on and use your gestures and all that, you absolutely can. In between the touch screen and the dial pad, you have some control buttons. There's your back button, your home button. There's also a menu button, your call and end buttons. One nice thing, right in the middle, you've got this four-way directional pad with an OK button in the middle. This is going to come in very handy in a little bit, so stay tuned for that. On the very top, you have your power button. It's also your wake and sleep button. On the right side, you have a volume rocker. And at the top, you have this dedicated dictation button. And this is probably my favorite feature of this phone. If you're in any kind of text field, you just tap that button, dictation automatically starts, and you can just talk to the phone. It works really, really well and makes it so much easier to type out messages. On the back, you have what looks like a fingerprint sensor, but it's not. It's actually an SOS button. So you can set up your SOS contact, and quickly pressing this button will send them the automatic information, your SOS information. Maybe you're in danger, you need help. It'll also send your GPS coordinates. So that's really great feature, especially for the elderly. On the back, you also have your back rear-facing camera. You do have a front-facing camera as well. On the very bottom, you have your speaker grill, your charging port. It is USB Type-C charging. You also have your headphone jack and the place for the lanyard. Now let's rearrange the camera and I'll show you some of the things it can do. So one of the most helpful features of this phone is that it has the built-in screen reader turned on. Now, it's not turned on by default. There's actually two ways you can set this up when you first get it. You can set it up for low vision or total blindness. Low vision just has the enhanced contrast, the large print, the vibrant colors and all of that. Then the setting for total blindness has all of that plus the voice turned on. So I've got it turned on right now just so you guys can get the full experience. We'll go ahead and turn it on here.
Device unlocked. 7:14 a.m. Battery level 89% remaining.
So you get the time right at the beginning there and the battery level. That's pretty good. One thing you'll notice is it's a very clean, stripped down user interface. Very simplified, and that's great. One of the issues with Android is it can be very complicated. So you can use your basic talkback gestures. They're very similar to iOS voiceover gestures. I can touch.
Contacts. Phone.
And it reads what I've touched. I can put my finger down and do the touch navigation here.
Applications. Contacts. Phone.
just drag my finger down the screen and it will read whatever my finger crosses over. Or you have your gestures.
Messaging, 1, phone, contacts, applications.
Swiping left and right, and then much like TalkBack VoiceOver, double tap to select something. But the thing that I think is great and I find myself using more than anything is this directional pad down here with the OK button in the middle. You press up and down.
7:15 a.m. Monday. Applications, contacts, phone.
Navigates up and down the list there. If I press to the left,
7:16 a.m.
jumps all the way back up to the top. If I press to the right, it jumps all the way to the bottom.
Messaging, 1, message not read.
Let's go into the phone here and I can show you some different options.
Phone, dial number, favorites.
So you have a bunch of different options here that you can scroll through. Let's go into the dial number.
Dial number, edit box, enter phone number.
So you have your full dial pad down here, full number pad, physical number pad at the bottom, and so you can dial whatever numbers you want. It has the raised dot for the 5, which most phones do, so you can orientate on that 5 and find all the other numbers just by feel. So if I wanted to dial
1 8 0 0 2 4 5 5 4 1 2.
There you go, I can do that easily. And you see that puts in the giant numbers there. Even this far away from it, I'm about 2 feet away from the screen, I can see that really big 2. So that's awesome. And then of course the other option, which I love, I think is great, is you have your dedicated dictation button on the right side of the phone here. So I can just tap that and then dictate the phone number. 1-800-555-1212.
+1 800-555-1212.
That's great. I love that button. Let's go into the different applications.
7:19 a.m. Applications. Applications.
Now, on your home screen, I should mention also that you can add whatever application you want to that home screen. You can take away the applications that are on there, so you can customize that. So the applications that you use the most, you could put up there right in front and easy to get to. We have a vertical scrolling list of our apps here, and we can cycle through them all just by pressing down.
Applications. Amazon Alexa. Backup and restore.
We could do the 2-finger swipe up,
Calculator.
which is one of the gestures for TalkBack to swipe up a list. We can also press right on the directional pad.
Contacts.
That drops us to the bottom of the list. Then if we press down once,
Downloads.
we're in the next little section of the list. I can press right again,
Gmail.
and that takes me to the bottom of that one. And then just by pressing down to the right, down to the right, down to the right, I can cycle through this entire list very quickly. If you happen to know what app you're looking for, say we want to get to the magnifier, the built-in magnifier, I can just use the number pad down here, and it's the old school, I think it's called T9, where the number 2 is ABC, the number 3 is DEF, and so on and so forth. So I can come down to, we're looking for magnifier, where we want the M, so MNO, I believe, is 6, right? Let's see. There's the 5, there's the 6.
M. Messaging. 1. Message not read.
Yeah, we got it. And now it's put in all the M's here into one list for us. So I'm going to scroll down until I find magnifier.
M. Applications. Magnifier.
There it is. So this has a built-in magnifier. It uses the camera. So let's try to read this. This is the manual that came with the phone. So you control it by the numbers on the number pad. So if I press the 2, that zooms in. The 3 zooms out. I believe the pound button
Freeze.
takes a picture. No, I'm sorry, that's a star. Star takes a picture. I forget which side those are on.
Unfreeze.
And the pound on the right side changes your different colors. So you have different color combinations available.
Picture saved.
And the The 0 actually takes a picture and saves it. Another great app to have already installed on the phone is an OCR app. So we'll bring back our manual here, the manual that came with the phone, and we're going to take a picture of this.
OCR. Bottom edge detected, 5 degrees. OCR-processing.
Processing. I just use the OK button to take the picture.
FT. Def. ABC. D. MNO. IKL. Crem. Tough. Quick stop guide D demerage rapide snellstat anlitung gida rapida court handleading hurted guide snap start guide sprivoka reiklim startum strukna preruka. www.capsies.com.
Okay, so first it read all the letters in the number pad, and then it read all this, which Quick Start Guide is the only one that's in English, the rest is different languages, and then it read the website down at the bottom. So it actually read it perfectly. Really cool to have an OCR device or OCR application already pre-installed on the device. The next app I want to feature is the NFC app, and this is really cool. You saw in the unboxing section that you actually get NFC tags in the box, and those are for making smart labels on basically whatever you want. I did a whole video about using NFC tags with an Android device and how useful that can be to make smart labels. Click on the link popping out right there to watch that video, or down in the description as well. But this comes with it already built in, and they give you some NFC tags to start out with. Of course, you could just go on Amazon and purchase some more. Launching the app gives us all the different options here.
NFC. Dial. Profile setting. Application. Internet bookmark.
So these are all tasks that when you scan the NFC tag, this is what you want to happen. So you can set an internet bookmark, you can set a profile. Say at nighttime when you go to bed, you want to turn off the Wi-Fi, turn off the cellular data so you're not disturbed in the middle of the night. You can set up that profile, and then right before you go to bed, you just touch the NFC tag. Maybe you've got it sitting on your nightstand, and it will perform all those options for you, all those tasks.
Text.
This one is good. You can create a text message that will pop up and be read aloud. So that's great for labeling items around your house. So let's do that one, in fact.
Edit box. Text area.
Now I'm going to use the dictation. Heart medication, take 1 pill with breakfast.
Heart medication, take 1 pill with breakfast.
Alright, so we've wrote out our message. This is what we want it to say whenever we scan the tag.
Right tap button.
Okay, and I have actually an NFC tag already stuck to the lid of my medication. This is just some random medication. It's not really heart medication, but...
Writing tab.
Now I just touch it.
Write text.
And it got it.
Write text.
So now if we go back,
Home screen.
anytime we touch this tag,
NFC. Heart medication, take 1 pill with breakfast.
there you go. Very easy to use that. And as I said in my other video, you can label anything with these tags, and you can get them, buy dozens of these on Amazon for relatively cheaply. Now I should also mention that this button on the side is not just dictation for when you're in a text editing field. This is also the OK Google button. So if I press that, how old was Benjamin Franklin when he died?
Benjamin Franklin was 84 years old when he died in 1790.
So that is really convenient, having that button right there, just a dedicated dictation and OK Google button. I love that feature right there. I've tried lots of different apps. Everything works really well. Camera, text messaging, all of that works great. And this is full Android, so you have the Play Store. You're able to install Android apps on here. In fact, I installed Reddit on here just to check how well it works, how well it runs, and even how well the screen reader works in it. And it worked great. It read everything. There were a couple buttons that Reddit doesn't have them labeled, so it just said button. But other than that, it read out everything that I needed it to. So all in all, really impressed with the SmartVision 2. I definitely like all the features. I love that dedicated dictation button on the side. Use that all the time. Now, this is a phone, so one of the most important aspects of a phone is it makes phone calls. So how was the call quality? It was pretty good. I put in my AT&T SIM card and it worked no problem. I got full 4G connectivity. Call quality was fine. I could hear the person just fine. It maybe wasn't quite as clear as my Samsung Galaxy S8. The caller said that they could hear me just fine. Couldn't tell any difference. Didn't even know I was on a different phone, so that's great. Now, as I said, I used my AT&T SIM card and it worked. I'm sure you could go to Irie AT and it would have a full list of compatible carriers, compatible phone networks. So that is it, guys. I think this would be a great option for anybody, especially someone that's new to smartphones. You have all the different Android apps that you can put on this. It's a full Android device, but it's simplified. And especially having the dial pad here, the full physical number pad here, and physical buttons makes it much easier to navigate for someone who's brand new. As always, if you have any questions for me, please let me know in the comments down below. If you have any more questions about this device, including pricing, availability, please go to the website Irie AT. I'll have a direct link to the SmartVision 2 page on their website. That link will be in the description down below. As always, guys, it's my pleasure to bring all this information to you. If you like the video, you want to help out the channel, be sure to hit the like button. Also subscribe so you can stay up to date with all these videos that I put out in the future. Don't forget to check out Blind Life t-shirts, Amazon link in the description down below for those as well. Thanks again, guys. Sam with The Blind Life. We'll see you next time.